She move her body like a shaman. All in my head, so much in common. Just say that word, baby, I'm on it. If this ain't love, then I don't want it. She move her body like a shaman.
Male, our ego can't be fed now.
Right.
So I'm gonna go somewhere that can feed it.
Right.
But then you have the women of which stay connected to self and stay
Yes.
connected to self-love and are still in that position of having the money, providing for themselves and having it and still being emotionally connected. And then it's a matter of just pure male ego and toxic masculinity and a lack of teaching, of understanding that you can be down or not be up or where you want to be, and she can be up and you can still go for her because she can help you get up. Or if she can't help you get up, she's providing for those things that you don't need to, so you don't need to invest in her the way that you may feel that you need to.
Yes.
Then, so I was speaking to a friend not too long ago, and I was speaking to him, and he was saying how this woman's showing interest in him, but she's got a lot of money, and he's not in the financial situation where he believes that he can provide, he can keep up with her. And I was like, what are you trying to keep up for?
Boom.
What are you trying to keep up for?
All right.
Like, well, I need to keep up. I'm like,
no.
Why do you need to keep up? And it's a matter of he didn't, because we're being taught that a man has to be earning more than a woman, feel that he has to be earning more than her, so he can then, so he keeps up, so he's doing what he needs to do. It's not that he needs to do that. No, not in the slightest. What he needs to do is just do him, get himself in a position, get him sorted out in what he needs to sort out.
Yes.
She's got herself sorted out in these ways financially.
Yes.
But what can you bring to the table? Because if she's showing an interest in you, there's a reason behind that. So that means she sees, one, either your potential, or she sees your potential or what you're doing. She sees that you can bring to the table other things that other males ain't, which may be emotional support or mental support, or someone who's going to actually push her to go past the level that she's at, that next level. There's other things that you're bringing to the table that aren't based on this materialistic world.
Yeah, and
you're bringing to her things that are going to encourage her spiritual growth or her mental growth or her emotional growth. Or you're going to be providing to those needs and those things which are as important, for me, more important.
Yeah, and keep what you're saying, but I just want to add that. And this is where he should have said, and this is why I said earlier, I want our men to express to hear. He should have gone to her and say, I know you're made, but what it is that you see in me, or what it is that you need from me, that you are starting me out. I'm just going to be real with you. It's kind of intimidating because the role is supposed to be reversed, but I'm a man and I don't really focus on something like that. So learn what it is that she sees in you, what it is that you don't see in yourself that she sees in you. Take a step back and evaluate what she has said and see if it is true. Work on that. Use this opportunity. She have money. You have a goal that you want to do. If she want to assist you in this goal with a business or whatever, you have your own business, you be an entrepreneur. And then if it's so that you still need that you want to be at equal level, you be at equal level with her with your own business or whatever it is that your dream is about. But the fact that your male ego is going to think, man, she helped me do this. No. Yes, she assists you, but it's your dream and your idea and your pushing and your motivation to make this come through. And she was there because when you make your goal and you're on her level or above her level, she's not going to feel intimidated. Why should you feel intimidated with her?
Exactly. And it literally just comes down to the teaching that then makes us feel intimidated from that kind of woman, which is dangerous.
It is. It's dangerous. Continue. Yeah.
And the reason it's dangerous is because we're now looking for an opportunity to feed our ego.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for places where we can go out and feed our ego and feed ourselves in that manner. And it's not good to be feeding yourselves in that manner because that's not feeding your true self and that's not feeding who you are and what you need. Because this woman could be the woman of which changes your whole life. You see, males will get with women who have no money.
Yes.
And provide and do all the rest of it. But I've never met a single woman ever who's up. Go and see a man is broke and got nothing going for him and going, yep, I'm going to change your life. So why is that? A woman feels no need to feed that part of her ego.
Yes.
Whereas the male feel the need to feed that part of their ego so they feel like they are needed. So it's a matter of feeling needed and wanted.
Materially. And that's most of
Material.
the time the egos is feeding materially.
Yeah.
And if you really push aside the material feeding and do it in a more emotional feeding, you'll find that you'll be more satiated
Mhm.
in the most former fashion, because a woman is an emotional and a very sexual being. Let's put it that way. And you meet a strong alpha female who has it made, you can humble she with the best sex of her life. You can humble she with the most domineering speech and love and look. She wants for you to make her feel timid. She wants to be submissive in a world where she don't have to fight to be seen and heard. You think as a Black woman being on the ladder of greatness in the world of the people who created this conversation and dynamic that we're having, which is the white people that put that crap into us, right? She got to fight the white man. She got to fight the Black man who is insecure himself. She got to fight the female who is jealous of her. She constantly have to fight. And if she's the only one that have made it in her family, believe she have to fight her family. Oh, you think you got riches now? You think with your little education, blah, 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 blah. She constantly have to fight. So the fact that you've met her and you show her, hey, hon, I'm not intimidated by what your struggles has forced you to be, and say, sometimes she's gonna say some shit, but I'm not intimidated. I feel you, I see you, and I know that's not what you want to feel and say. And let me love you, let me secure you, let me be the one to be your wall and your shadow, your pillow to cry on, the person that you can be completely vulnerable, because I know when you leave these doors and you go into your car and drive down the road, you have to put on a persona that you don't want to put on, right? So, and this is where movies like the movie like man, Kevin Hart, that movie, Steve Harvey book.
Think Like a Man.
Boom. And when I was talking about that, you know what came into my head? That girl from Power, when the guy was a chef, right? And she had her career. You see how he came into play, and she would take a step back after seeing like, yo, you're being too much. Yeah, you made it, but I'ma love you. And he was faltered at first, but he pushed through, right? So that is the perfect dynamic of an alpha male and an alpha female, but he didn't force his alpha on her. And he had to show her that you don't have to be this alpha male no more. You can go back into your feminine and she become real. The movie with Sonata Layton, the same thing with the guy, even though he was white, but it's a reference. And she had it where she couldn't wear her hair, and he showed how it was beautiful to wear her hair, take off the makeup, all of those things. And I know you guys know what movie I'm talking about. I'm put it there so you can see. Like, that is also another perfect example. And then we got Brown Sugar, we got Love and Basketball. Those are what it is. And when you watch those women are hurt. And then the man is hurt as well, but they put that aside, get the roles that they usually play, and they give and take. This is what we need in our world, that give and take.
It's a stability, but it's a different kind of stability. Yes. So it's a stability that's not coming from a materialistic plane. It's coming from a plane of which is more emotional, more spiritual, more mental. So you're touching upon different parts of them, which is the parts that they've been either neglecting themselves, or they've been putting aside themselves, or they've not been able to feel that they can cater to themselves. And now you're showing them that this is just as important as the other parts. And I think that's where our men, they don't realize, because there's a disconnect within themselves and that side of themselves, they don't know how to bring that to the table.
Yes, I agree with you. And and this is like the bottom of the relationship issue. Go ahead.
For me, it's troubling. There's many reasons why the male ego is troubling, and that's part of it. But male to female ego is like, male ego is how do I put it? It is very dangerous for every relationship around them, not just for themselves, not just relationships as in like partner-wise, but mothers, mothers, the brothers, the sisters. Because what happens is they'll be presented with certain things, and that ego will take over, and they will brush completely aside everything and anything that is coming from that person, because they don't see what that person is coming and bringing to the table just because it's not on a materialistic plane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the woman of which they struggle with handling what's coming from a materialistic plane. It's everybody around them. If you're not bringing something materialistic to the plane, they're seeing it as that you're not worthy of listening to. And then if a woman is bringing it to the materialistic plane, is you're intimidating and scary because I don't know how to handle you.
Right, right.
And it's all just down to a lack of love and self-love and love for themselves, because they loved who they was and what they would know what they're bringing to the table, and they would know what they're bringing more than just a materialistic thing to the table. They know it's more than just what you can financially provide. They will know what is more than just a basic need of being able to take you out to expensive restaurants or buy you that expensive car or the house or pay the bills or be able to do these things there. They will realize that they can bring a stability of caring, of good cooked food, of, you know, massages, you know, foot rubs, like you said
the
before,
unexpected,
sex, you know, the attention, real attention, and paying attention to the finer details. What flowers she likes. Does she like written cards, little notes in the pocket? So when she puts her hand in the pocket, oh, there's a note for me to find, and it's just a simple message. Have a lovely day, babe. Simple thing. Or run bubble bath when she gets home from work. The simple things. The washing up being done. Serious. Serious.
And
things like that. If a woman's gone off to work and you're at home and your woman comes back to a messy yard, or she's got this, that, the other to do,
it's gonna offset her. You ain't getting some for 2 weeks. Understand? You ain't get. She's gonna be mad. Go ahead.
I want to address that now.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm glad you said that. Women use. I feel like women use sex as a tool. Or a present. Why?
Because we were taught that sex is love, sex is control, sex is everything, and men love sex. So I'm gonna use it to control you. We were taught that. We were taught how to seduce. We were taught from young. This is why we have to clean in the house, learning to cook early, what the laundry, what type of laundry to wear, how to dance in the club. Especially in the Caribbean, we got a lot of rhythms, so we know how to seduce you. We know what to do. So because we see you looking at my butt, I started with, I know you want this butt. So if you want this butt, you gotta work for this butt. So we use sex like that because we were taught sex is the goal of life. So that is why we do that. So yeah, that is why we do it. We were taught that you guys love it. So this is why I said earlier, if you show a woman like, yo, I don't need your body, I need you here, she's going to be forced to want to be here. Same thing with a man. So, and then in a relationship now, you love your female, we know you about this booty, and you not about your life, we can withhold because you about this booty. But if we know, this booty and everything, we need to find something else that you have a weakness for. So if you like to play your games on Friday, and you have your boys come over on Friday, I'm going to disrupt it. We're going somewhere because I don't want you to play games because you didn't wash your ears yesterday. It is ridiculous. It should not be used. And this is where communication comes in. You shouldn't punish your man like he is a child because he didn't do the things that you expect him to do. For me, if you're in a relationship and you expect him to do it and he thinks, and after a while you're saying, hey, hon, do this, and he legit is not doing it, why are you wasting your time? Why are you still there? Yeah. So don't force potential to work. Potential don't work all the time. If he don't see the need to get his shit together, all right, don't waste time. Time is moving. Don't waste your time on somebody who don't need to take care of the things around him and take care of himself, because the moment that you get pregnant for him or decide he's going to propose to you, remember the things that you didn't like before the proposal or the children isn't going to change because you got pregnant or he marries you. It's going to get worse because he's going to get comfortable. Our men get comfortable. Women get comfortable as well. But understand that he made a perfect point earlier where our men were brought up where women are supposed to go into the kitchen and serve, right? He's going to get comfortable in you serving if you don't put your foot down in the serves. If you don't let him know this is a unit. If I cook the food, you wash yours. If you see me coming home at 8 o'clock at night and you come home before me, honey, and there's no food, you cook for me too, because I would do the same exact thing. right?
Mhm.
You pick up the slack. And if you realize like, yo, yeah, I drink the last carton of, well, we don't drink milk. I drink the last carton of coconut milk this morning. I'm gonna go buy some coconuts so we could get some more coconut milk in this house. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You women, here's a secret, man. Women are sexual beings. I'm gonna say this again. This is how you get control of us. Give us some good dick, and we can godly you do what you want. But we are not going to relinquish our security and our heart to you if you are not picking up the slack around you. Because when you pick up the slack around you, I know you got it handled. When I know that I can come home and you realize, yo, the house is not in a certain way, or yo, we're going to pay this bill today, or yo, I tell my husband about doing this business or doing something of substance that means something to the unit, because a woman always think of the unit. Always. When she's in a relationship with you, she's in a marriage with you, she's in a work unit, she always think how we can make this better, right? What we can do to make this something of substance. So she's always going to think of this unit. If you're not thinking of making the unit better, you're making her feel like she is forcing you to do something, when she's like, hun, take out the garbage, or hun, clean the house, or hun, help me cook, or hun, take care of the kids, or hun, buy this at the store. If she got to keep reminding you of doing the simplest thing, she's not going to see, oh, he's not picking up the money. She's going to see you are not taking this union seriously. You are not thinking or being observant of the things that needs to be picked up. With that, she's going to close off her mind. She's going to close off her body from you. And she's not going to find you attractive. It has nothing to do with how you look or how handsome you is. It is to do what you add, what substance you had, how you make her feel. If you make her feel like she's a nagger, she needs to force you. If you make her feel like a mom, let me put it that way. If you make her feel like she is your mother, she's not going to find you attractive. And that's the simplest thing.
Right. So you said a few things about control and control. And when I hear control, I hear manipulation.
Yes.
And guilt tripping. Because I find within the women, my interactions with women, a lot of women use manipulation and guilt tripping to get me to either behave how they want me to behave, or how they think that they want me to behave. So I'm not doing something, or I'm not catering to a certain thing that they need. Rather than communicating that with me, they will then try to manipulate me to act that particular way or behave that particular way. When they could have just spoke about it, we could have had a conversation, and then we can then move forward together in how we need to move. So
I want to add that. Don't forget what you're saying, but I want to add something to that, right? Here is why, we were getting into this. Here is why we feel the need to want to manipulate you guys when you do that. Because, okay, you and I are having a conversation. We are on perfect strip here. I can talk to you. I know you're going to see through what I'm saying. I know that you're going to see it. But there are men out there who don't see it. And the only way for us to really get through to you, we're going to speak and we're going to talk and we're going to talk to you. We're never going to get it. So then we're going to sit down and study you and realize, oh, this is the only way for us. And it's bad. It is the worst thing we can do. This is not even a defending, but I'm showing you where our train of thought is. We've had it where our men are so broken and the ego is fed in a certain way. So in order for we to be able to get through to you, for you to feel what we're saying, we think we are forced to do that. That's one of the things that we do. Continue, but yeah, just gonna add that, yeah.
So it sounds like it's a coping mechanism or survival mechanism in order to continue thriving in that relationship, or continue moving forward in that relationship. So with that, obviously you explained very much so what it is. So for women then, or what for us men, what can we do then to stop making you feel like you need to manipulate us or guilt trip us? Because for me, it's like, if I feel the need to manipulate or guilt trip my woman, I'm going. I'm gone. If you're now taking that, if that space isn't, you're not showing me that space is there for me to communicate with you openly and talk to you and be like, boom, boom, boom. But this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking, or this is something that needs to be dealt with, and you're not dealing with it. And I'm like, how much can I? And you're not willing to compromise in any way, shape, or form. Everybody has their non-compromises. Like everybody has their non-compromise. Things you're not willing to compromise. Things you're willing to compromise a little bit. Things you're willing to compromise loads. But if it's one of them things where I need you to compromise for this, and you're not compromising it for it, and I feel that means, okay, I have to manipulate you or guilt trip you into compromising without even realizing you're compromising. I'm just going to go elsewhere to a woman
Yes.
of which I know is willing to compromise for that thing that I need, you know? So that
Mm-hmm.
needs being catered. She's not taken away from who she is. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
having to take away from who I am, and we can move forward.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that, obviously, I understand that it's a survival mechanism and or a coping mechanism that you've learned through wherever you've learned it from, whether it be your fellow peers,
Moms,
or moms,
yes,
or
yeah.
the older generation. But what is it that you women can then do then to stop that, or what can we us men do to help you not feel the need
Mm.
to
Manipulate.
manipulate and guilt trip us?
Mm. Let me think about that one. Because that is not that I can't answer it, right? But I know females out here and I know men are out there like, oh shit, what is this gonna do? This gonna break us, right? What can you guys do? Observe. Observe your woman some more. Take time out to observe her. Women, we are talkers, right? But we do not like to repeat ourselves. We don't want to always tell you to do this, to do that, to do this. We don't like being mad. Let's put us out there, contrary to what a lot of men believe. We actually don't like to be mad. We like to be happy and smiling and whatever the case is. We love that nature because he made a point way back up in the video where we have our periods to deal with, we have being a Black woman to deal with, we have society to deal with, we have emotional barriers to deal with every single month. The full moon, God,
Mhm.
we gotta do it because we're connected to that all the time,
Yeah, massively.
especially. Thank you. Especially when we have our periods, our energy is always fluctuating. We are sensitive. We download faster and quicker. Our energies, people energies affect us faster because we are like an open book. So we constantly have to protect ourselves. When we come home to the person who we give our all to, who we come home to just shed, we don't want to come home to say, hun, why didn't you? Why haven't you done this? We do not want to come home from a world of fighting to come home to a home to fight the same way. So where we can say and be observant and be like, you know what? I know he like to deal with his boys, so I'm gonna leave the house. I know that he like this specific food, so I'm gonna do this. His birthday is coming up, so I'll do something for his birthday. Oh, that shoes look good on my man. Let me buy. And I'm not talking about no broken woman. I'm talking about a woman who like knows herself. These type of female. We sit
Yeah.
down to please. We are bred. We are women. We please. We like to please. We like to make people happy. So we will
Mhm.
always remember a birthday for somebody. We will always try to get the best gift if possible. Or we will always try to do for our men and for our kids. We do. We still be like, yo, that shoes, this look good to my man. We're gonna do this, right? So if we're putting our all out there and doing things for you, we need that in turn. We don't want to ask you and be like, yo, so why you not romantic? When a woman say, why you not romantic? She trying to tell you, babe, so why you just don't buy a random flower and give me? Why you don't just do something out of the way and give me, right? So when we were like, oh, so why you don't be romantic? You know, look at how Jen, this is the manipulative part. Look how Jen husband carry her out somewhere. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
if there we go. So see, this is where the manipulation comes into play because before the manipulation, sit down on track. How many times she said, babes, why you don't be romantic? Or she sees something on the television, watch her chick flicks. Watch what your woman like. If she is reading or watching books, movies about romance, and a man do this, and you watch her. You watch when your woman is watching a chick flick, watch her, don't watch the movie. Watch the movie with her, and if she started to smile at something that he said or he did, that's what she wants. That's what she
Mhm.
wants. So you watch your woman, you observe your woman, you study her. She is your book. If you love this woman or you want to have kids by this woman or you see yourself with her, she is somebody for you to study. So we
Okay.
manipulate you after we have done said, why you don't clean house? Why you don't give me roses? What happened? You're romantic. Babe, come and hug me. Come and lay with me. All of those things. And then eventually she realized like, he ain't doing this thing. what it is that every time I watch Scandal, the man always rubbing your toes. Why you can't rub my toes too? That's where it comes into play.
So it's a disconnect between the love languages.
Yes.
So
Complete. Go ahead.
she has one love language, he has another love language, and they're not meeting the common ground in that love language.
It is.
Right.
And that's where the manipulation is not something that is a default, like this is something we do immediately for you to get to do something for us. We are testing you out by dropping the whys. Why, honey? Why you even do this? You said you were going to do this last week. Why haven't you do it? The whys. Listen to her whys. Her whys, because when you tell a woman I'm going to do something, she's legit expecting you to do it. Right? And then when you don't, she's like, oh my gosh, I put my hope into you doing it and you didn't do it. Why? Her whys are extremely important because she is assessing you always. Your woman is always assessing, is this the man that I really want to put my trust in? We as Black females never had a strong male figure to relinquish our security to. So when we're in a relationship and we want security, we are studying you to say, am I gonna breathe? Can I breathe with him today? Or he's gonna do something that I have to hold my breath.
Right.
That's
right. Yes, I understand exactly. Okay.
Yeah. So for some females that grow up in society where they know manipulation works in men, I know this is what you want me first. I'm going to use this to get what I want. Most of the time, it is not because a woman is heartless. It's because she wants to survive. It's because she don't want to be where she is at the moment. She want to leave where she is. She grew up in the ghetto. She grew up with people talking down to her. She wants a new scenery. And you have something I've never seen in the ghetto, so I'm a feed on it. Right? It's like you're succubus. Yeah, I'm just being a real female. I'm just letting them know. This is the healing channel. And on this channel, we want you to know who you are and the things that you do so you can change that, because we have kids that we have to be responsible for, and we cannot continue to do these things and then have this being repeated. We can't do that to our kids. Right?
No, we need to break cycles.
Yes. So the male ego. How can a female make it better for a female who isn't made but trying to get somewhere, right? We know that the man ego is him feeding that. We don't want to feed him anymore. What do we do to make him realize that, your ego is in play and recognize it? There we go. What do we do to make you recognize that? Without feeling nuggy. Go ahead.
First of all, I think for a male, for you to address a male's ego, the male has to be somewhat self-aware. There has to be a level of self-awareness within that male. If there's not a certain level of self-awareness within that male, you addressing that there's a male ego there, or there's a toxic ego there, what's going to happen is he's just going to withdraw, or he's going to be hurt, and then he's going to lash out, whether that be with what he says or the way he behaves or whatever it may be. He's going to lash out because he's not going to have to handle that. So you have to be very careful on who you address the male ego with, because there's some men who's not willing and ready to deal with their ego. The males of which are ready and are tackling it as best they can, be supportive, be encouraging, be massively kind with your words. Because what I tend to find is women are very fast to speak about a thing that we're not doing right, but not so fast to speak about something we're doing right. They're very fast.
Yeah, right.
We're not doing right, but not so fast to speak about something that we are doing right.
Yes.
So we're doing something wrong and they're all over it.
Yes.
It's like, okay, cool. And then we're doing something right, and it's like, oh, I expect that from you, so you're gonna give it to me. It's like,
right. What? No.
Where's that love? Where's that encouragement? Where's that thank you, that appreciation, that gratitude? So move with gratitude. And if you move with gratitude, when you're with that male, when you're with that man, he will then see the things of which, oh, these are the things you like. Oh, if I do this, I get this is how she's then gonna react, and this is how it's gonna make me feel.
Right.
So we then know, oh, okay, I bought her them flowers. She then said, thank you. I got a kiss and a cuddle that night, and we done this.
Boom.
Rather than, okay, thank you, and then later on you're biting my ear off about something else.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Have to show me like these are things, and then what will happen is that male ego will slowly, oh, okay, so I'll keep it in check. I'll keep it in check. And when it oversteps, and you're seeing it overstep, be like, that's out of character for you. Where did that come from? Ask the right questions. Don't attack it. Ask questions where it's stemming from. What's going on for you to behave like that? Where did that come from? Is everything all right? And these questions, and if when it's when you take a step, when we get questions like that randomly, and when we're behaving in certain ways, it's like, hold on, wait, where did that come from? Okay, am I all right? No, I'm not. Why am I not? And then why am I not all right? What's stopping me from being all right? So you're then tackling it in a way of which isn't making us feel like we're being attacked. You're approaching it in a way of, you're coming from a place of love and peace. And when you're coming from a place of love and peace, the outcome can only ever be love and peace, unless the person is completely against it. And if the person is against it, you know where to take yourself. So if a person, so when it comes to that, that's how you have to tackle the male ego. It has to come from a place of love and peace. If you attack it and literally attack it, or if you come with any sort of resilience or if you resilience or anything like that, what you're going to do is get resilience. It's going to be like this. It's just going to be two heads clashing. You take a step back, and then you evaluate and you attack. And you come against it, not with attack, but you're loving it. It's like giving it a cuddle. So then they're like, wow, okay, and it all settles down. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything's smooth after that. Because they're then like, okay, where do you see what I'm saying? So thing women can do, come from a place of peace and love when they're seeing the male ego arise. Ask questions about where it's coming from or what's causing them to feel like that or behave like that or speak like that, and encourage the small things. The fact that he washed the dishes or the fact that he cooked for you, and make him aware that you are appreciative of these things, and not just be like, roll over onto the next thing straight away. Like, take that moment and enjoy that moment with them. So they know, oh, okay. Because I think that we're in such a fast-paced world now, everything's instant. We get things so instantly that we're so quick to move on to the next thing. So then when it comes to that, women often, they take that moment and then they just move straight on to the next thing. And it's like, okay, the food tasted good, next thing, what are you going to do? And drop expectations. And when you drop expectations, everything is, you're grateful for everything. Every little thing they give you, it's like, oh my gosh, you're the most amazing person. I'm not saying settle. Don't settle. Have your boundaries, know your self-worth, know your self-respect, and hold that there. But expect nothing. So when they are doing those things that you want them to do, when they are behaving in a way, you're not there's no getting used to it. There's no, this is the normal. This is just gratitude. Like, I have people, I've been doing the stuff that I do on YouTube, on Instagram, for instance, what you're seeing.
Affirmations.
I do my little talks. I'm just spreading that positivity and whatnot. And I have some people that share my stuff back to back every day, tag me in it. I reshare it every day, back to back, and I send them a message every day showing gratitude, because I don't expect it. They've been doing it every day for a month. I still don't expect it. I'm still just massively grateful for what they do. And if they don't do it, I'm not upset. I know that that means that there's something else going on in their life, and there's a reason why they didn't do it. And if they don't do it, I'll probably give a message and see, oh, is everything okay? How's you doing? Not, why didn't you share my stuff? So it's coming from a place of understanding rather than a place of, I deserve this, give it to me, or I expect this, give it to me. So it's coming from a completely different place. So then you're uncovering, oh, this is why they didn't do that today. So I come home from work and dinner's not cooked. They had a bad day at work. They're not feeling good, or they're ill, Whereas you came in the door, knocked down the door, you're not smelling no food, you've seen there's no food cooked. You're like, why ain't there no dinner cooked? You've been here from 4 o'clock. It's now 9 o'clock. And they're all curled up in bed like, I'm ill, I'm this, I'm that, I had this kind of day. And immediately you're warring. Whereas, because you expected it. And when your expectation wasn't met, you're now upset, frustrated, and all these other emotions. Whereas that expectation wasn't there, you come through the door, dinner's not cooked. Oh, okay, dinner's not cooked. What's going on? I didn't know. Okay, let me go speak to him. You go speak to him. I'm not feeling good. I'm this, that, the other. This is how my day's gone. I've had to have these things after work. I haven't stopped working from after work. So I've got a deadline, or I had to go help my mom with this, that, the other that she was going on in her life, or my sister had this problem with her boyfriend, or whatever it may be, or I had to go watch her kids. I only got in not too long before you, or I've been watching the kids all day, so I haven't. Do you see what I'm saying? It comes from a completely different place. Then that argument that would have had doesn't have, and then you're not attacking him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different place. Yeah, just approach this with peace and love.
Yeah, boy.
Love. And be from yourself, like pure from yourself. Because if you're dealing with peace and love from yourself, how can you attack somebody that's come with peace and love? Like everybody at work, for instance, say to me, Jamal, I could never be angry with you because you do nothing to upset anybody. I'm like, I just come here, I do my job, I go home. I'm kind to everybody. I say what I need to say. I'm polite to everybody, basic politeness, basic respect to everybody. And I just set my bounds. So if you do something I don't like that, don't do that. And they're like, okay, cool. I do like it. And when they do certain things, oh yeah, I like it when I'll vocalize it. Like one guy, he's kind of bullied in the workplace. He's really, really kind, and he's got a massively kind heart, and he's really, really nice. People take advantage of that. And I say to him all the time, like, oh yeah, I really like you. And he'll be like, why? And I'm like, because you're so kind, like, you're so nice. Like when you help out all the time, even when you shouldn't even be helping out other people, you'll still help them out. Or I'll do something, he'll come to me and go to do something for me. And I'm like, no, it's all right, I'll sort it out for you. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, it's not a problem. Like, you're always helping other people, I'll give you a hand.
Right.
That when you're coming with that peace and love, you can't be angry with it. So if they're coming with that anger, they're coming with that frustration, they're coming from that egotistical place, you're gonna clash. From peace and love, and it just smooth.
Yeah.
They'll have to fuse it. They'll have to settle it down. They'll have to quit and check themselves.
Yeah. Expectation. This whole time you were talking, all I'm thinking about, we expect you to know, to do. We expect this of you. But then it is you that expect it. It has nothing to do with them expecting anything. You ask yourself, why do I feel the need to expect you to be or do the things that I want you to do, right? It has nothing to do with you wanting it to be done. You have to figure out why it is that you want it to be done. Who taught you to want these things to be done? You got to question those expectations that you expect people to do things. Yeah, I feel. Go ahead.
Communicate that with them, but not communicate like it happens, and now I'm going to communicate with you, and I'm going to row with you. Yeah. No, before it even happens, be like, these are my expectations. Not even expectations. This is what I would like from you, and this is why I would like it from you, and this is what I need from you. So then they're like, okay, so when I come home from work, she comes home from work at 8, I finish work at 4, I get home for 5. She's going to want food because she doesn't want to have to come home and cook. That makes sense. Yeah. But for him, he's like, I just had a hard day at work. Yeah. So if he's not a considerate person, because not all men are considerate. Yeah. All men are considerate. So he may not even consider the fact that you're coming home at 8 and whatnot. Yeah. I'm coming home at 4. I started work before she did. Yeah. I'm coming home this time. I want to relax and do this and this. So that's what they do. So if you had that conversation before, he's going to be like, okay, cool, let me cook something, get something ready, and then I'll do my relaxation. So they put it in their time. And if you've had that conversation and they're not catering to it, and they're not, you talk to them again, and it's still not happening, you're seeing a pattern. Yes. Take yourself elsewhere.
There we go. Do not tread the line, because this is where that line comes into manipulation. I told you 3 times, 4 times you didn't do it. I'm gonna manipulate you to do it. That is where, this is where we go. That is where the manipulation barrier comes in for the women, because we don't want to leave, because why? We have invested. So we invest time, you don't do it. I'm not going to leave you because I've given you everything. So I'm going to manipulate you to get what I want from you. That is where that comes into play. So yeah, go ahead.
So don't get to that manipulation point.
Yes.
See what's going on. See how you're thinking and feeling, and being like, okay, should I be thinking and feeling like this in a relationship? No. Am I willing to feel like this in a relationship? No. Do I deserve like this? Deserve this? No.
Yeah.
Speak to him. It's still not changing. Take yourself elsewhere, because you're destroying part of yourself and you're causing an unhealthy relationship, and you're indulging in an unhealthy relationship of which this person is not going to change, and they're showing you that they're not willing to change. So you cannot change them. You cannot change them. They are not going to change just because you want them to. They do not want to change for themselves. They will not change. And you taking a step back and taking yourself out of that may make them reevaluate. Oh, wow, I need to sort myself out. So the next woman they come and approach, they're like, oh, okay, cool. Or they step up and they're running after you. They're like, yo, look, I'm sorting it all out. Look, I've got my stuff set up. Look.
All that shit I left behind there, I don't want it anymore. Yeah, but for instance, solution, because some people might want to know the solution to what you said earlier about him coming home from work. And if you're tired, you guys prep. This is where organization comes into play. She have a thing coming home at 8. He has a thing coming home at 4. You prep, you together. You don't want to cook. You may not be the best cook in the world, so this is what you do. You know, this is one way it is that we're cooking today. Color up. So I don't know, maybe some macaroni or some provision, some soup. All right, I'm gonna cut up some stuff. What do you want me to cut up? Onions, whatever. Put it there, no problem. So when she comes in the door, she don't have to prep. You've prepped it. She put everything on a pot, and you go from there. You chill out. You still had your relaxation. You know what I mean? You organize ahead of time, right? And if it's so that things change up, because best believe that you coming home at 8 and she coming home at 4. When you come home, food is gonna be there though. Understand? And if she don't feel like cooking, she's gonna be like, hey hon, I don't feel like cooking today. Bring something home so we can eat, or whatever the case is. And this is me talking about the people who don't eat vegan. For vegan people, the previous is what I'm talking about. We got prep food because we cook for ourselves. So then we gotta say what we cooking today, what you want me to prep. So this is where you gotta come into play with the consideration and think outside of the box and be like, I'm a prep, you cook. You cook, we eat, we both wash the dishes, or we take turns washing dishes. What it is that you need from the grocery, because I know groceries might close at 8, or I can meet you after work. We both go to the groceries, get these things together. You are a unit. You have to organize the things that you want to do together. You got to do these things. You got to be able to say, I know that you sometimes you're tired, but I want us to continue or meditate every morning for 3. You wake me up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. I wake you up on Thursdays, and go from there, right? So you interchange it. This is your unit that you're building. You want to got a pattern. You have to be disciplined with the pattern. If you know that you're in your unit, and for men, I just want to, we're almost in time. I don't want it to go over, but I would love for us to do this again. Would you please come again, though?
Most definitely. I love talking to you. It's been a pleasure, actually. It's been a massive pleasure. It's made me have some realizations within myself and like my thought process and certain things that I can then bring to my community and whatnot, and who I'm touching already. So it's been massive. Yeah,
likewise, because what you said earlier, I find, because I have to admit that to myself as well earlier when you were saying that sometimes, because I'm alpha female, because I'm forced to be alpha female, and you said something that really made me think like, damn, do I do this? And I find that sometimes, because I have expectations of certain things. They're not high expectation, but they're expectations nonetheless. And if I don't get a certain thing, I'm like, damn, what happened? Why you in? You know what I mean? I want you to. So that made me take a step back in myself as well, more, because I've been asserting it. But then while you were talking, I was thinking, do I still do this? Do I still do that? You know what I mean? So this conversation truly, truly, I know I've always wanted to have with someone,
Mhm.
and you have exceeded my expectations. Right? You have. So I would love it if we can have conversations like this. I'm not going, but I'm just asking because I want you to know that this conversation is needed for our relationships, right?
Massively.
Yeah, completely needed. So I'm gonna ask you two more questions. We could always schedule again, and we could always talk. I don't know. We can make this a series for men.
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah,
We do something, but
we'll have
for
to figure
me,
something out for sure.
yeah, because I know that for the things that you say, and a lot of men who are healing and going through that healing process, they would admire that from you, to lay out on the table, to let them see who they are, then to have a feminine voice saying, hey, on a logical, spiritual mind, right? This is not some girl wanting her own way, or this is not some guy wanting his own way. We want stability, and these are the reasons why stability is not in existence for the black
Yeah.
man and woman relationship.
Mhm.
And what can we do? So this
Yeah.
this conversation is so needed for our community right
Massively.
now.
Massively, massively, massively. And what I think it shows as well, how we've done it. So they're seeing living proof. Oh, okay, so it can be done. And this is some of the blueprints of what we can do and how we can get there to ourselves.
Yes, I agree with
Which
you.
it's
We
important.
need,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which is what we need, because let's be realistic. In this community of ours, we don't have a lot of examples, man. We don't, right? And the example that we have, somebody else created those examples. They put it on the television. And then we want to go after that example, thinking that that is the way. And that's most
So,
of our relationship. We've got
yeah.
this thing with women saying, oh, I want to be married by 35 and I want a white picket fence and 2 children. What are you teaching your children? First of all, you want 2 children. We got that you teaching them? Huh? What?
What
Go
for?
ahead. Thank you.
Why 2 children and a picket fence and all of that? That's white America's dream.
Thank you.
Like, that's not our
Exactly.
culture.
No, it's not.
That's not
No.
our culture. My grandparents had like 9 kids together,
Wow,
9, 10 kids together.
Thank you.
So,
My grandmother had 10.
you see what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
What's going on?
There we go. And then when you watch those 10, some is bad because, okay, here's the thing. This is a whole, you need to go.
We need to go, yes.
Because yes, because this is a whole different conversation. But if you come
Yes.
again, we'll have them. I'll write it down. But my last
When I
question
come
to
again.
you
When I
coming
come
again?
Yeah, well, definitely. This has been an amazing experience. Thank you very much for having me.
You're right.
Massively
Guys, for some
honored,
reason, go ahead.
massively honored. Very, very grateful for yourself. Massively grateful for the conversation, and massively grateful for you having me here.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Likewise.
Keep being you. Keep doing you, because you're doing like where you are, where you're going, and whatnot. It's amazing. Amazing. Our community definitely needs somebody like yourself.
And likewise you as well, because when I messaged him and I asked him to do the interview, I follow him on Instagram and I message him like, because usually I follow people of substance and I'm like, potentially I want them to come on my channel. So I saw him. I cannot remember how I got following him, most likely from his affirmation stuff. And I saw him a while back and I was like, yo, I wonder if we would do an interview, but I left it there. And I think so. Usually I would go through my Instagram and say, oh, yeah, I follow him for a reason. So I messaged him and I asked him to do it. He's like, yeah, no problem. And then he said the craziest thing to me. He's like, thank you so much for asking me to come on the channel. I'm like, what is he talking about? I should be thanking him for wanting to come to my channel. But the things that he do and he says and stuff like that. So it was crazy. And then he said that he checked out my channel and he think that we'll vibe. So most of the time during our conversation, this is our first time actually communicating with each other. And let me tell you, he blew my mind, honestly. He really did. From the things that he was so open with, and he just expressed completely. And this is why I felt when I saw him, he would have done good for the men community, because they would have been able to see he is a man's man, but he also knows himself and is not afraid to show that side. So for me, I am extremely grateful for you being who you are, right? Because with you being who you are, you're going to be able to touch not only people from watching this video, but your friend circle, your brothers, other people, and then that train is going to keep going down. So I am extremely grateful for you and the community that in your sector that you're going to be building, because in about 10 years, dude, do you know what you have done? Right?
I'm trying. Thank you. I'm
Yes.
doing my best. I'm doing my best. Thank you very much.
Yes. So I had three more questions, but I'm not gonna, cause guys, we're going into 2 hours. I gotta edit these videos. Understand?
Yes.
So, but when we talk again, these are my three questions. I think I forgot two, but I'm gonna remember it. But one of them is, why do males think our females nag? What is up with that? I always wanted to know that. Yeah. So that is one. I feel like we need to go in depth on why you label it nagging. What do you consider nagging? All of those, like, so deep, right? So yeah. So in two more questions, but I'm gonna remember to put it down. But they're to do with something that when I watch the video and edit it, I'll remember.
Yeah.
Right.
No problem. Write it down if anything, mate, just in case.
Sure.
And then you've always got it. You know, yeah, see, there we go.
Yep, they're gonna be here.
Got it.
Yes. So we have, I would really, really appreciate it if you come again. I know you're gonna come, but I really want you to understand that real thing. This is so needed for us, dude. This is so needed for us. So I would love to do this. You should do a channel. Real thing. You should do a channel. You do really good on Instagram, and you're doing a channel with the people in your sector of the world, because I'm in the Caribbean, right? So you're overseas. This is good dynamic right there, right? Having a men's discussion, a brotherhood series, and breaking down the men's ego, breaking down the men's expectation of a woman, breaking down how a man should understand a woman more. What can we do better for us as a man to heal and do better for relationships? Like, I haven't seen anything much like that on Instagram for men. So we need it. Not Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, I'll try my best. It's something I have been being told, so it's something that I'm looking into. I'm working on a lot of projects, so it's like it's very hard to, like, I'm finding my balance at the moment. And once I've got that balance, I'll be able to add a little bit here, add a little bit here. Like I think you kind of notice even with my replies and stuff.
Yes.
I've got, like, I'm working on a lot.
Busy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all off the ground, and once it's off there, once they've all got going, I get to, like, relax a little bit. But like, it's coming. It is definitely coming. It's in the pipeline. It's there. Got it locked in the back of my head. Like, yeah, soon.
Well, we're gonna do it with whenever you have time, and we do, topics like these. It's gonna be out there. So when you freshen your scene, you'll have my following. I'm definitely gonna be watching for sure. So all that's gonna come into play, but it's definitely needed. But guys, we're coming in. We can't do this any longer. So thank you. Oh my God, I am so grateful for this conversation. Thank you so much. And guys, leave in the comment what it is that you as a woman and a man would want us to talk about. And we would definitely dig into that as well. And please tell us where we can follow you, what you do, all of those different things.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram. That's my main platform at the moment. So that's Jahmal_Hilaire, JAHMAL_HILAIRE. I'm going to start a podcast very soon. I've already started it, but I'm not got that going properly just yet. Just like I said, I'm getting things off the ground. So once that's ready, hopefully by the next video that'll be ready. We'll see. I drop a positive affirmation every day. Every day I drop a positive affirmation. I do talks, I dance, I model. So modeling stuff, you see my dance stuff. I just dropped a video yesterday for dance.
Yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday I dropped a video for my dancing. I do my modeling, so you see modeling posts from me every week. I do talks and just ask serious questions, and I'm just trying to spread positivity, in all honesty. So Instagram's definitely the place to hit me up, and then from there once I start branching out a little bit further, you'll be able to branch out with me. So it'd be
Yay!
amazing to have anybody join me and my
Yes.
journey. And I appreciate
Yes.
anything that comes. And again, just thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're totally welcome, guys. This was an amazing conversation. I know you guys are going to enjoy this because I cannot wait to put this out. But I have like 3 other videos ahead of him. So we're gonna. I trying to see if I could release twice a week and go from there. But we're gonna work on that as well. So thank you so much. Don't hang up. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I know that you're going to learn some stuff from here. I'm going to post a snippet of this on Instagram so people can see, you know, the dynamic of the conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Please, guys, have an awesome day. Period. Have an awesome day and bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. So, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for coming to my page. So, I would like for you to subscribe, and I also want you to watch the last video, and I hope that you enjoy everything on my channel. Thank you.